Check, check, check. Mavs go down 0-2, lose both games in Boston. Tonight is 105-98. The problem is not the defense tonight. 98 points is not going to win you many games in the finals in 2024. Hey, how you doing? My name is Bo. You can find me on Twitter or X at Mavs Highlights. Thanks for checking out the stream here. If you are a grieving Mavs fan, hit me a like. If you're a punk Boston fan, you can find a different stream for yourself. If you're a fair-minded Boston fan, hey, hit a like. I'm sure you're here for our pain, for my pain in particular. So tonight is just not good enough. Not good enough, clearly. And schematically not good enough. Execution wasn't good enough. Coaching wasn't good enough. And, of course, you know, there's one very clear player that I'm going to point to, and it's not because I'm a hater. I'm certainly not. Mavs won the first quarter by 3, lost the second quarter by 6, and then lost the third decisive quarter by 6 again. And won the fourth, but it doesn't matter because you're just playing catch-up against a team that's draining the clock. And so just really, really, really stinks. So I'm going to look at some of my notes over here. And before we jump into the box, which tells the story as well. So the first quarter started off great. And you know why it started out great? Yeah, we need Dirk. That's for sure 0. The first quarter started off great because of Luka. Because Luka is unstoppably great. There is no answer for Luka. Boston clearly understands that. And so they are saying, hey, you know who can't beat us, but they really need them to? Kyrie. That's the story, guys. I mean, I would love to see more scoring from our bigs, right, from the Gafford-Lively lineup. I know that they are playing that differently than just about any other team we've placed in the playoffs, but the buckets are there. The lobs are still there. You just have to throw it over a defender who's, 6'4", 6'5", 6'8" in some cases if it's Tatum. But they are there. The buckets are there. The baskets are there. I don't understand why the coaching staff has only just now started figuring out, hey, you know what? Maybe Gafford can score against Tatum down low, 3 feet from the basket or something like that. D-Live has been, God bless him, In the South or in Texas, we have an expression, bless his heart or bless your heart. It's something old ladies usually say, well, bless your heart. And that's how I feel about D-Live right now. He's finally starting to look like a rook. He's starting to kind of look his age. His inexperience for the first time is starting to show. Hey, he's playing. He's playing with less confidence, and they're not creating good looks for him. Right? He seems like It seems like Lively doesn't get to touch the ball, unless it's just a swing pass at the top of the key, at top of the 3-point line or something like that above the break. It just feels like he's never touching the ball. Which, how in the world are you going to expect him to gain any rhythm, any momentum, if he's never touching the ball? There are buckets there for them. It's driving me kind of mad watching the game, going like, we could have passed it there, could have passed it there, could have passed it there. Now, it still requires D-Live to do something with the ball, which maybe we don't think he can do, right? Maybe we don't think that's something he can do right now. But man, the Celtics, I haven't even looked at the stats. I got them set up and built into the presenter here, but I haven't even looked at them yet. Just kind of looking over some of my notes again. No answer for Luka. He seems like he can get to the cup when he wants. He can get that turnaround midi anytime, absolutely anytime he wants. But it just seems like from top to bottom, other than Luka, that the Celtics have just completely outclassed the Mavs. I hate to think that way. I hate to say that. But that's the way it looks. They seem to be always playing with the advantage. They're moving the ball with what seems to be always the advantage in these first two games. And a lot of that comes down to our second superstar all of a sudden looking like not even an all-star. Looking like just a guy. Kind of like looking just like a guy. Carlisle says, I agree. I feel like we can definitely use our bigs more. Yeah, the buckets are there. At least the looks are there. If they can't convert on the looks, then at least let us know that, right? But the looks are there. The Celtics are basically saying, hey, we're going to cross-match on your bigs with Derek White and sometime with Tatum. And I don't know. I just believe, especially in Gafford's ability to get good looks out of those kind of matchups. D-Live may not have the composure yet. He's obviously who we need for the defensive effort because Gafford is not nearly the defender that Derek Lively is. And so it kind of stinks. I know we always kind of compress their stats together as if it's one great center. But that's not the reality. They are two players. One is more reliable offensively, and one is far more reliable defensively. When it got to the third quarter, I'm just flying through my notes. I'm just glossing over most of them. When I got to the third quarter, I just wrote down, Kyrie, where are you? Attack the missed shots. How many long rebounds are the Mavs going to let the Celtics get just by being the smarter, more aggressive team? How many times are the Mavs going to look flat-footed and let the Celtics beat them to a long rebound by not boxing out? Like that's driving me mad because that's not the moment's too big for you kind of stuff. That's just, hey, stupid, box out your man. When the ball goes in the air, box out your man. Put a rear end into your guy so he doesn't get by you and easily grab the rebound. Like that's the kind of stuff that makes me angry. I can deal with guys missing shots. I can deal with support players not showing up, especially on the road in the finals. I mean, we're going to talk about D Jones in a second, of course, but like the whole missing the rebounds and letting the Celtics get 50-50 ball after 50-50 ball, that is not Mavs basketball. Like, I haven't seen them look like this since before the trade deadline. Like, it's really confounding to me how little effort I see on a lot of these 50-50 balls. Like, it's really driving me crazy. Third quarter, we got Gafford over Tatum and basically like back-to-back buckets. Luka's balling out. And this is what my note says. Luka balling but needs help! ! And then in the third quarter, by the middle of the third quarter, I just wrote, if Kyrie isn't Kyrie, this is over already. If Kyrie's not going to be Kyrie, it's over already. And just for all you Homer Mavs fans out there, listen, nobody loves the Mavs more than I do, but I try not to be a Homer. Like, I just have written in my notes here, this loss is not on the refs. I wrote that in the third quarter. I was like, this isn't the refs screwing us out of a win or something like that. Are the refs missing calls? Do I think they're all fair calls? No, I don't. But this game is not on the refs. This is on the Mavs absolutely failing to have a game plan to maximize our strengths against the Celtics' potential weaknesses. I have written down here, Kyrie is being weak-minded. He's getting good looks. Now, to be fair, no team has probably a better backcourt to slow down Kyrie than the Celtics in all of the NBA. They've got Drew and they've got White. Both those guys are taller than Kyrie. Both those guys are way stronger than Kyrie. Both of those guys are way longer, than Kyrie. It's not even close. Like, those two guys are built to stop Kyrie. But he is still missing good look after good look after good look after good look. Where is Kyrie Irving? Put out the missing persons report. I wrote down here, the coaches have shown no creativity to take advantage of the big men down low in those cross matches. I got this. This is a positive. If you want a silver lining for next season for sure, but maybe also this series, is that PJ Washington is a dog. The moment is not too big for PJ. He's only 25, still a very young player. This is the first taste of playoff action he's had in his career, and he goes to the finals, and he looks ready for the moment. Now, he's not hitting his threes, but he's one of the few guys who doesn't look like he's ready to roll over, right? He's ready to fight. He's still attacking the cup, right? I know this sounds mean, but I just have written down in my notes here, D. Jones ain't it. He ain't it. His shot is far too unreliable. His defense is awesome. He's such a good defender. But that lack of shooting is just crippling because he gets open look after open look after open look after open look. And, man, to call it a brick is almost a compliment on some of these misses because, man, they are barely drawing iron and not in the good sense. Like, they're barely getting to the cup. And then I just, in frustration, wrote the Mavs offense sucks. Because the Mavs offense right now is Luka. It's Luka. That's what it is. It's Luka. And if Luka can't carry you, and by the way, let's give the Celtics some credit because it's 2 back-to-back games where Luka's been really good, but not even close to like an A game from Luka. Now tonight he had a triple-double. But scored in the low 30s, like 30, 31. I don't even look. Let's look. So let's look, all right? Here's some of the stats. Here we go. So the Mavs, Mavs shoot 48% or 47.5% from the field. That should win you a game. That should win you a game right there, especially when your opponent shoots under 45%. You should see that number and go, oh, I bet the Mavs won this game. And most of the time you'll be right. You shoot about 48% from the field. Your opponent shoots under 45%. Most nights you can look at just that stat and go, I bet the Mavs won. Look at the three-point shooting, guys. 6 for 26. 23%. This is not professional basketball three-point shooting we're seeing. These looks are, I mean, obviously, by the end of the game, there's a few bad looks in there. But overwhelmingly, these are good looks that NBA players should be hitting with a solid conversion rate. The fact that we're missing the looks we're missing at a 23% clip is embarrassing, even for this Mavs team that is not a good three-point shooting team. It's embarrassing. If other people aren't saying it, let me say it. It's embarrassing the way the Mavs are shooting threes. Are the Celtics a good defensive team? Heck yeah, they are. Are they better than the Timberwolves? I don't think so. Now, I think they're better equipped to stop Kyrie. Nobody's really equipped to stop Luka. Even if you have Lou Dort, who I think probably guards him as well as anybody in the world, Luka's still on a bum knee, dragging around with half of his leg, still went off in certain games there. So this 23% is just embarrassing. I mean, I don't know how as a coach you can ask Kid to say, like, this is his fault. No, these are just really great looks that NBA players should make it a good clip. Maxi Kleba, make a 3, man. Maxi, make a 3. D. Jones, make a 3. PJ, make a 3. Josh Green, make a 3. Support players, make a 3. Oh, how about Kyrie Irving, make some threes. You're one of, and I don't say this in jest, Kyrie Irving, you are one of the greatest shooters in league history and one of the greatest shot makers in league history. Make a 3. Make a bunch of them, my guy. We need you. 23%. That's pathetic. Oh, you want to see another pathetic number? How about 16 for 24? 8 missed free throws. You want to show what a winning team will do? How about 19 for 20? 19 for 20, 95% from the Celtics, 60% 67%. Let's give them the bump, right? Let's round up. 67% pathetic from the Mavs. You say, oh, you're a hater. I love this team almost as much as anyone in the world. I'm assuming if you get your paycheck from the Mavericks, you might love them more than me. I have loved them for over 35 years. I bleed Mavs green. I love this team. 23% from three is pathetic. 67% from free throw is pathetic. You are melting down on the biggest stage. You are embarrassing yourself. You are peeing down your leg, metaphorically. Rebounds, we win by 2, but that's a push. Hey, they actually made a couple assists in this game. That's nice. 21, still got out assisted by 8. Blocks. 5-3. Defensive rebounds, we win that. Offensive rebounds, push, basically. Points off of turnovers, look at that. That's pathetic. Points off of turnovers, 21-12. Points in the paint, 54-46. Why aren't there more? They are weak in the paint. Why are we not scoring more? And you say more than 54? Yeah. Those points are just begging to be scored. The whole Celtics mindset is we can't stop you in the paint. So we're going to play great perimeter defense. If you get in the paint, we just kind of, we swipe and we get away with some fouls. But unless KP blocks it, you got to have great looks in the paint. 54 points in the paint. It should have been 65. I want to go back up to this. Let me just say this again. 8 missed free throws. 8 missed free throws. In a game that you lost by 7. I'm not happy, guys. I'm not happy about this. Steals, we get 5. They get 10. Second chance points. Hey, we won. That's nice. Fast break points, 7. That's pathetic. The Celtics don't run. But I guess if they're going to get every long rebound, you don't really get a chance on all those long offensive rebounds they get. They only got 10. It felt like 30. Okay, so let's talk about it. So just look at the stats while I look at chat. Carlisle says 5 for 32 from 3 in 2 games from non-Luka players. 0 for 8 from Kyrie. Yeah, we're about to talk about that. Kyrie the GOAT. I'm sorry, but Kyrie will lose us this series. He's just trying difficult stuff because they're in his head. Carlisle says defensive rotations were very late all night, but better than game 1. Kyrie, JB and JT just know all the Kyrie counter moves. Oh, it's not JB and JT. No. No, it's Drew Holiday and Derek White. That's who's shutting down Kyrie. If it was those taller guys, Kyrie is great at beating taller wings. It's those guys that are almost as quick as him. Not quite as quick, but almost as quick, way stronger and longer. Pause. Luka needs more help. Yeah, he's going to get some in the offseason, I bet. Not saying PG, Lively, and Gafford are bad, but they haven't experienced the NBA Finals. Well, yeah, none of these guys have experienced the NBA Finals outside of Kyrie. Yeah. Coach says, how many minutes were we playing without Gaff or D-Live on the floor? I remember they were going on a run. We didn't have either on the floor. Yeah, Maxey at center is not an answer. Just not, man. Yeah, you just leave everything wide open. Wide open. All right, so caught up there. Let's look at this Kyrie Irving. 16 points, 2 rebounds, 6 assists. 7 for 18 from the field. That's not the worst, right? He was worse in game 1. 0 for 3 from 3. Hit both of his free throws. In 41 minutes, 16 points. That's not going to do it. I want to be as nice as possible because he can still turn it around. In 41 minutes of game 2 of the finals, being down a game, and Kyrie Irving gives you 16 points. Nope. That won't do. Unless you were... let me just say this. 16 points from Kyrie Irving ain't going to cut it unless what you're trying to do is get swept. This Celtics team is not screwing around. They are beating us with Tatum laying eggs. Now, I think this is what Tatum does in the big stage. I think he shrinks. I think he's a mental midget. But they are beating us without their second best player. Oh, but he's getting all these assists, as the broadcast wants to point out. And as all the smart Twitter national types want to point out, oh, his shot's not falling, but look at these assists. Ah, isn't that great? Oh, all these assists. Yeah, because that's what they want from him, right? The guy's Oh, I would just love for him to get flamed for the way he's shooting. I have not heard it, though. I've heard it mentioned once or twice on the broadcast. Yeah, it's his shot. He was really not shooting that well right now, but my gosh, look at this defense. My goodness, the way he is facilitating and playmaking. Okay. Now, the reason the Mavs are down 0-2, I mean, is number one, that insane first quarter of KP. How'd he look tonight? Yeah, right. Back to KP, right? No, the reason we lost tonight is Kyrie Irving. Simple. Don't overcomplicate it. Your superstar, who averaged 27 in the last series, has been pathetic. There you go. Luka Doncic, the unstoppable machine. Absolutely unstoppable. 32 points, 11 rebounds, 11 assists, 12 from 21 from the field, 4 of 9 from 3. Hey, Luka, you got 8 free throws, man. You can't miss half of them. I love you, brother. I love you. You are going to be one of the greatest NBA players in history. But nut up, man. When you go to the free throw line, know that we need you to go 100%. We need every single one of them. Lock in. Lock in. Before this series, Luka was shooting like 84% from the playoffs, right? I think that's the number. Before this series, it was like 83, 84. And he has been terrible from the free throw line. They have no answers for Luka, and they know it. So they're just like, well, we'll send our good defenders at him and try to wear him out by the fourth quarter. And that's what's happening. How many times in the fourth did you see Luka just passing the ball up instead of bringing it up to initiate or to get a shot for himself? Like, in the fourth, we needed Luka to take over, and I think he was probably gassed. And so that's their strategy. They're trying to wear him out. They're like, listen, we have no answer for him. We have no answer for him. He is going to destroy us through 3.5 quarters. But if by crunch time, when he and Kyrie are most effective, if we can have Kyrie in his own head, and if we can have Luka worn down, we will most likely win the series. That seems to be their defensive strategy. Seems like a smart one to me. What did he score in game one? 31 points, 30 points, something like that. Now in 32. Awesome stats, man. Awesome stats in a game in the finals. 32, 11, and 11. We needed more. You said, what would you have wanted more? He took 21 shots. I wish he took 28. I wish he took 30. That was the chance we had, is for Luka to put up more points, to go off, to drop a nuclear bomb on them tonight. That was the chance we had. So Luka was amazing. Luka is awesome. Luka is unstoppable. We all know who Luka Doncic is. He is the best or the second best player in the world. In the world. 32 points is probably not going to do it when you see your teammate, especially your sidekick, struggling like that. We needed Luka to shoot it more. We needed Luka to demand it more. We needed Luka to drive more. We needed Luka to post up. We needed Luka to force the action. We needed Luka to force the whistles from the refs. And what he gave us was awesome. It just was not enough. It wasn't enough. Look at the rest of the Mavs. Here we go. Gafford tonight, 13 points, 9 rebounds. That looks great. That looks great, right? But when he's on the floor, the defense suffers. I think Gafford can consistently beat those cross matches down low, though. I really do. PJ Washington, man, he showed up. I want to just tip my cap. Salute to PJ Washington. In 39 minutes, 17 points, 7 rebounds, an assist, and a block. A +2 on the night. And his aggression was obvious. He was not scared of the moment. D. Jones, 11 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, a steal, and a block. But I'm telling you, if this team wants to win a championship in the future, I love D. Jones, but you're going to need a better, more consistent shooter. He can't do anything offensively outside of catch and shoot, and he does that very poorly. And when he attacks the rim, you are just begging for a whistle. And he's not a player the refs respect. So he's not going to get any close calls, especially not in the finals, especially not against the Celtics in Boston. Dante Exum, 10 minutes, 3 points, whatever. I've been calling for Exum. He was one of my keys to the series. Before the series even started, I said, watch out for Dante Exum getting some significant run. Kid doesn't trust him. He hit I think he only took one shot tonight. He hit that nice 3. Josh Green is just overmatched. His energy is not making a difference here so far. He's just overmatched. And then D-Live has been pretty bad so far. On offense, he's been a train wreck. Defensively, he's a monster, right? Defensively, he's a monster. I love watching the kid. He's my second favorite Maverick. I love Derek Lively. But the way they are playing him has him kind of just out of sorts. just not being clutch like we expect him to be, like he has been throughout this whole rookie season into the playoffs. Like, I love this kid. I love the experience he's getting. I love that for next season. But right now, we need him to be better than he's been. Here are the Celtics. This is all about Drew Holiday, man. His leadership, his mental toughness that he brought to this weak-minded team. Like, he made them tough. 26 points for Drew Holiday in the finals. 26 points, 11 rebounds from Drew Holiday. Jason Tatum, 18 points, 9 rebounds, 12 assists. That looks awesome. Yeah, right. Watch the game. Derek White, 18 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 steals, and 2 blocks. Goodness gracious. Jaylen Brown scored 22 in Game 1, scored 21 in Game 2. Another really nice stat line from him. Kristaps did nothing like he did in Game 1, and that's why the game was really close in the first half, right? Because Kristaps and the announcers were talking about how Kristaps looked hobbled. I couldn't tell it. I'm posting highlights all throughout the game. I'm watching and posting highlights at the same time. I didn't see him looking hobbled. I just saw him looking way less effective. If he's hobbled, now I don't wish an injury on anyone. I don't wish an injury on anybody. But if he's hobbled, that's good for the Mavs. Horford didn't really do anything of note. All right. How do you feel about more Hardy minutes compared to who? Hardy is not a good defender, and they will devour him. I think Hardy's playoff round was probably the Western Conference Finals, where we just needed someone who could effectively dribble the ball and get a shot for himself. And I just think he would be Swiss cheese. So if we're putting him out instead of Josh Green, okay. I mean, he can definitely score for himself way better than Josh. Josh is probably as good a passer as Hardy, if not better. Josh is a good passer, and Josh is a way better defender. Even if you don't think he's a good defender, he's way better than Hardy. Hardy is not a good defender. So more Hardy minutes would be like just to get points, just to get shots up. I mean, yeah, okay. If we're looking for someone to get shots up, he's going to convert on his shots at a higher rate than D. Jones for sure. Absolutely. So and he'll probably convert on his shots more than Green. Green's not going to generate any shots for him that aren't either catch and shoot or in transition. And so if we need someone to get a look for himself, yeah, Hardy will do that a lot better. Yeah, good question. All right, so I asked you guys, what are you feeling after we go down 0-2 in the finals? What are you feeling? Here we go. Let's see what some of y'all are saying. Let's let the internet kind of wake up. Jordan says, if Kyrie plays even decent, we win. It's simple. Yeah, if by decent you mean high 20s, right? If he scores in the high 20s, we win this game. Comfortably. Not to mention if he just gets hot, like we need him to be. We need our superstars to be playing at the best of their capabilities. Show up! That's what defines a superstar, is not just how much you can put up, but that you are the one that's not rattled. When everything's on the line, we can count on you. And that's what Kyrie has been throughout his career. He's been for the lack of a better term, a clutch player. But man, he has just looked, I've already talked about it, but yeah, he has looked so bad. Christian says, I think we found a few things, but with Boston's 3-point shooting tonight, we missed a chance to steal the game. Absolutely. Yeah, they were bad. They were bad tonight. Anyway, it's all void if Kyrie doesn't play better. Yeah, it's over. If Kyrie does this, the series is a sweep. I mean, you could always have a variance game where Luka puts up 55 and the support players at home shoot great from 3. You could have that, and Kyrie gives you 17. Sure. Those are variance games, though, which means they're unpredictable and unlikely. They happen, 1 out of every 10 games, something like that. Man, I need a Luka game to go off. I just think we don't understand how banged up he is. He's a warrior. He's out there battling and dominating, and I think he's pretty hurt. Mr. Smith, we have strayed away from the offensive scheme that got us here and are playing lineup chess. The last 3 rounds, we pick and rolled to the lob to D-Live Gafford and DJJ until the sun went down. I can count on one hand the amount of purposeful on-ball pick and rolls we've ran. Yeah, and that's because of the cross matches. Because the Celtics don't don't fight. They just cross match, right? And they're like, oh, we'll just cover your big with our small, and that the Mavs just seem to refuse to trust their bigs down low, and maybe that's because our bigs have not been asked to create shots for themselves all year. If it's not a one dribble layup dunk, we haven't asked our bigs to do anything other than that. So this would require in the finals more than we've ever asked D-Live or Gafford to do. And maybe they're capable of it, but there are buckets there. And at the very least, there are very good looks there, and there are fouls there to be drawn. Mavs finals run is over. Oh, I don't like that. Nothing to change. We're done. Okay, get out of here. Yeah, get out of here. O'Donnell says, don't get swept. That's all I ask. Well, I want more than that. I want to make it a series again. I want the Mavs to show pride. This Mavs roster needs to look themselves in the eyes and go, we got to do more for Luka. He's out here laying his heart on the floor. He's out here playing at, 80%? Who knows? I don't know. It's certainly not 100. And he's dominating, and we are letting him down. OP says shots aren't falling. That's for sure. Shot, 23% from 3 tonight? Yeah. Nick, free throws are our Achilles heel since what? The team's existence? No, the Dirk Mavs teams were awesome free throw shooting teams because Dirk is an awesome free throw shooter. Kyrie is an awesome free throw shooter, but if he's not putting himself in position to get free throws, doesn't really matter. Texas fan 05, make open shots and free throws, and there you go. Yeah, if you make your open shots, or even at just a good clip, make your open shots and make the free ones, the free throws. Yeah, the Mavs win this game going away, honestly. I mean, I don't mean that as like a biased fan either. That's just statistically accurate. If the Mavs shoot league average from 3, they win this game so easily. Kyrie struggled again, but I don't think Luka was great down the stretch. Yeah, he was. I think he was out of it, man. I think he was worn out. Can you imagine the amount of weight he's carrying this entire team in the finals and having no one else show up? Maybe PJ. PJ's kind of showed up, but PJ's the only Mav that's kind of showed up. Gafford was solid offensively tonight, but he can be kind of a train wreck defensively. If you don't believe, you shouldn't be here. I've heard that great Luka quote. I feel like if this is the Kyrie we're getting, yeah, I said that a second ago. Oh man, it's over. The run will come to an end in DFW with a 4-0 sweep. Boston's just a superior defensive team. Well, so far they've just been the superior team, period. End of sentence. Wit. I know what I'd do in the offseason. Series not over. Well, why didn't you tell me, Wit? What would you do? Dominic, make the free throws. Yeah, that sounds like a great idea. That sounds like something NBA players should be able to do, right? Make your free throws at a solid clip. Yeah. Ivar says, we need Kyrie. Simple as that. Yep. Kyrie from the Timberwolves series, and this is a 1-1 series, potentially up 2-0. But he is in his head. Like, you cannot tell me he's ready to go, and he is failing right now. He's failing. That's a hard thing for a man to admit to himself. That's a hard thing to kind of say about someone you're rooting for as much as I'm rooting for Kyrie. But he has, just the nicest way to say it is, lit the team down. Play Lively. Yeah, the problem is Lively does it on the defensive end, but so far in these 2 games, he has been lost offensively. And I put that on the coaches. You can't blame Derek Lively for not creating great looks for himself. He never has the ball. Yeah, but he has been a kind of a train wreck offensively and very, very limited opportunities, to be fair to him. Fatherhood Enjoyer says winnable. I love that name, by the way, Fatherhood Enjoyer. I, too, am a Fatherhood Enjoyer. Depressed Mavs fan, I feel that. Give up. No, never give up. Never give up. Luka Donagoat. Well, it's hard to beat a superior team, especially when everybody not named Luka sucks. That's accurate. That's not like just woe is me. Yeah. They are the better team, and we are not stepping up to the challenge. I don't think they're that superior to us, but we have not shown up. And for the most part, they have, right? Fantasy. Oh, I like that. Fantasy. There's just so much that X doesn't allow enough characters. Okay. Camilo not playing Kyrie. Or Kyrie's, yeah, he's not playing well. You're right. Matt Pat, my little heart can barely take it no more. Yeah, it hurts, man. Big Toaster Dog. Luka is 2018 LeBron. Like, he's just a monster. He's just undeniably awesome. If only his teammates would help him. If only his teammates would have showed up, this would be a 1-1 series. We'd be going back with home court advantage right now. And so that's the silver lining, right? They can play better. We know it. We've seen it. We've seen it in these playoffs. In every round, we've seen them play better. And if you just think that all of this is Boston's cast some sort of spell over the Mavericks, then okay. If they've cast a spell on us, then sure. But I just see a team not playing their game and not hitting their shots. 3D Texas, Kyrie show up and we win this game. Absolutely. If Kyrie has just a normally average to good game, we win this game going away. Going away. If the Mavs just shoot a decent percentage from their threes and not 23%, the Mavs win this game going away. Game day, Penitent says Kyrie needs to keep the ball for himself. Kyrie needs to play good basketball. Maybe that's what you're saying. Journey Cox, can't change the refs, so I don't know. This is not on the refs. Not on the refs, man. Wake up, Kai is the right answer. The refs did not steal this from us. DEM, stop giving the ball to Kyrie. He need to mass the dang ball. He led to too many turnovers. Yeah, he just needs to play right. Yeah, he just needs to be himself. Not this catastrophe we're seeing. Call me zany. Kyrie is poop himself back-to-back games. He's pooped himself in back-to-back games. Hopefully when he's in Dallas, he'll straighten up. Yeah, that's the hope, right? You get back home, you get in your own bed, you eat your food, you get back into your routine. But Kyrie, listen. Kyrie's what? A top 75, top 50 player of all time? Probably top 50. If he's probably around there, if not a little higher. You should not expect a top 50 player to just not show up on this stage. Right? Right? That sounds fair to me. Luka Magic, another Kyrie's poop. Well, yeah, he's been playing like it. Kyrie is trash, Kyrie's poop, Kyrie's trash. Okay. Yeah. All right, crew. Lots of frustration. Luka should leave and join Jokic. Whew, I don't know how to ban somebody, but that's ban-worthy stuff right there. All right, so the Mavs go down 0-2 tonight, 105-98. Can't even score 100 when the offense is pathetic as it was tonight. Once again, silver linings are Luka is unstoppable, but banged up. PJ has heart and grit and guts. I think D Jones has heart and grit. He just doesn't have enough skill. Oh. Saying that out loud makes it real. I think he just doesn't have enough skill. Defensively, yeah, absolutely. But on the offensive end, he just doesn't have enough skill. Right? He's like a seventh man, and we need him to be like our fifth man. So we're playing him up too many spots. Maybe there's an adjustment to be made. Maybe the adjustment is simply hit your free throws, make your open threes, play the defense we know you can play. That's not unreasonable at all, is it? All right, I'll see you here for Game 3, guys, where the Mavs will win Game 3. The Mavs will win Game 3. Go Mavs.